Hi everyone, welcome to the part two or second video of Dear Daily Dose. And these questions were all sent in by fellow Mary Kay people asking questions about Mary Kay business. And I have three questions to answer on this segment. And I hope that more will come in this week. And I'll continue doing this for you guys once a week as of right now. So the first question is, what is the most challenging part that I find in Mary Kay? And for me, the most challenging part has always been the same. And it's, I think, some people are going to relate to this and some people are not going to see this as challenging. It's funny because I talk to certain people and they think that's not challenging. For me, it's lead generation. It's making sure I have enough people coming in, meeting people enough. One of the reasons being because I don't run in a lot of circles that the typical Mary Kay woman does, right? So you might be a mom. If you're a mom, just that. You have a principal of a school and teachers at a school and their child's doctor's office and the child's eye doctor's office and the child's dentist office and your doctor and your gynecologist and your eye doctor and all those places have women, and you start to meet women organically, and a lot of women that way. I don't really have that. I'm not a mom. And so I just sometimes struggle with having enough leads. That's truly my personal most challenging thing in Mary Kay. Now, of course, I found ways through that, whether it's warm chatter, meeting people naturally out and about. Of course, you can do things like lead boxes, playing the fabulous game. So there's a lot of ways to get through that. I'm not saying it's an excuse, but it's definitely my biggest challenge, at least right now. What is the best part about Mary Kay? I think it's two things for me. One is going to be who you become in the process. I think what's really cool about a business like Mary Kay is that you're joining a business to gain extra income, but you actually grow through the process. You become more confident. You become a better person. You become more spiritual. You become more centered. You are focused on helping other people. You're focused on giving more. So there's a lot of good that comes with being in a business like Mary Kay that isn't just extra money. I think that a lot of people join Mary Kay because they want extra money, which is nothing wrong with that because it is a business and you will have extra money. But I think what you don't realize is how much comes with being in this business. You are surrounding yourself by like lots and lots of people that are big thinkers. And here's the thing, you are the average of the 5 people you hang around. So if you hang around big thinkers, your thinking gets expanded. If you hang around with people who are millionaires, you're learning little by little, step by step, at the pace that you choose to, how do you do certain things that got them to live super abundantly and not in scarcity. So you can hang out with your best friends from high school, and you can hang out with people who are going nowhere in life, and you may love them, but if they're going nowhere in life, so are you. You can't be like, I'm going places, I'm moving up, I'm going to reach the stars. And what is everyone you know doing? Nothing. Well, you're not an exception to a rule. You got to hang out with people who are going places. Now, it doesn't mean kick out everybody who's not in Mary Kay. That makes people think it's a cult, and it's not a cult. What I'm saying is, it's really good to surround yourself with big thinkers. And so, for me, the best part is who you become along the process and the relationships. My bestest people, like some of the people that I actually love that I've met in the later part of my life. Because here's the thing, I'm 32 and probably around 21, 23, whatever, something like that, I was like, I don't need any more friends. Like, I have met the people who are in my life. I have friends who became family. I love my friends. I didn't plan as an adult to truly add more friends. It becomes harder. And plus, like, you're meeting somebody at 30 and they're going to hang out with people who've known you since you were 15. It's like they're 15 years behind. The reality is, yes, you can make a friend here or there, but you don't, like, at your 30s, you don't make like 25 friends. Well, in Mary Kay, you do make really good friends because you start to do life with people. And when you're doing life with people, it's just naturally, you're going to travel together. You're going to stay in hotels together. You're going to experience things together. You're going to go through similar emotions together. So the friendships that I've gotten out of Mary Kay, I absolutely love. I had a challenging party, as I will call it always. It was an interesting party, wasn't really good. And at that party, one girl stood out to me and I recruited her and she joined my team. And 3 years later, she's still on my team. We are the best Disney friends. We love going to Disney. We love traveling. We love just laughing together and being around each other. And I think, man, if I'd never been in Mary Kay, maybe I never would have met her, because I truly met her because somebody that I met invited her to the party. You know what I mean? So for me, who you become along the way and the people you get to surround yourself, the relationships that you get to build, super awesome. Now this question, excuse me, this question, I get it asked all the time and I understand why. There's like this many guys in Mary Kay. And so I'm asked this question quite often. As a guy in Mary Kay, how is it different? How do you approach it differently? I'm thinking about recruiting a guy. Like, what advice would you give him? What do you think is different for you versus for women? How do you do your classes? Are your customers men or women? Like, all the questions about gender. And my answer is typically always, 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 always the same. This business, it doesn't matter what gender you are. This business isn't about gender. It's about connection and community, connecting people and growing them, empowering women and growing their mind. Now, yes, men can be in this business. Hello. And you can recruit men. Great. But more so than not, this is a women business. It's focused. It was created for women by women. It's maintained that way. And more women care about skincare and cosmetics than men do. That's just facts. Now, with that said, how do I do anything different? I don't. Like, the parties that I do are exactly the same parties you guys are doing, ladies. The format that I teach people on my team is the same. The recruiting style is the same. Is my target audience or target customers men or women? It's women, just like you. I didn't create the product. Like, I just came into the same business that you guys are in. So your exact approach is my exact approach. Now, the one thing I will tell you is if you're a guy interested in this business or if you're recruiting a guy, you could always share this with them. The one thing that I will tell you is, and this is something I had to kind of learn along the way, is you kind of have to be conscious of the reality of what it looks like of a man texting a random woman versus a woman texting a random woman. So we work with referrals, and all the time, your bestie will give me 25 friends and she wants me to call them and hang out with them and have parties with them, and you guys will send a text message. Hey girl, your friend sent me to you and I really would love to get together. That kind of vibe. You got to think about it differently as a guy, because think about it like there's a woman sitting on her couch and she's with her husband watching, football on Sunday or cooking or whatever, and that's so like stereotypical. She's cooking while her husband is watching football. Anyways, I was just trying to think of an example. My point is, in comes a text message. Hey, I'm a guy that met your girlfriend Susie, and Susie said that we should get together to have facials next Sunday. What you think? You want to get together? You can come to my house. What? So, might need to make a little bit of extra effort. Pick up the phone. Give them a conversation. Send them a picture of you with Susie. Like, hey, I met her today, and Susie and all her friends. Like, you just have to kind of lower the walls a little bit and go above and beyond, simply because you have to keep it real. And we are in a world where crazy stuff can happen, and you're telling a woman that has never met you and you're getting an unknown number texting them, hey, you want to come over and try skincare products? It's going to be super awesome. And then she's like, I don't know if my friends are here. You're like, it's fine. You can come by yourself. Guys, I'm just keeping it real. That can sound a little creepy. And it could sound a little dangerous. And you're telling them to come to your house at 7 p.m. in the dark and they don't know who you are. So you're going to have to kind of build relationships. And, you got to find your way. You got to really tell them, about Mary Kay and how you're so passionate about it, and let them know what you're doing, and let your friend know, hey, Susie, let your girls know that I'll be reaching out to them so that they know that I'm a good person, that you had a great time. They don't have anything to worry about, just really make them comfortable so that they're not like, just because you're a guy, or just because they're like, who is this person texting me? We forget, because we're in Mary Kay, that everybody is not sitting at home waiting on a text message, and it's like nobody's responding. Well, they're busy and they're living their life, and in their day, in the middle of the hustle and bustle, they get a text message from a random person that they've never heard of, and it's like, you want to come over to my house for products? It's like, no, I really don't. So you got to find ways to connect to people in a deeper and a more sincere way. people have to know, what is it you're working on? Why are you so passionate? Why do you love the business? They need to hear your heart. And that's the thing. See, this business was created as a people business. This business was created to connect people. In Mary Kay's world, when she created this business in the 60s, there was no texting. There was no, I'm going to send a quick note and hopefully the world just shows up at my house and I can become a millionaire. That's not how it worked. She went out and met people, and her friends, hosted parties for her. So Susie is inviting people over to Susie's home. So when Susie invites Jessica and Stephanie and Alex to her house, nobody's scared of going to Susie's house. They're all Susie's friends. And then guess what happens? They meet Juan at Susie's house and they're like, we love Juan. And now Jessica and Alex and Stephanie, or whoever the names were, they're like, we want to do this. And at their house, they're going to invite Brenda and Jessica and Stephanie. And then she's going to invite Brenda and Stephanie and Jessica. It's the cold call mentality that you got to get rid of. It's the mass texting, easy, lazy approach. Nobody became a millionaire by laying on their couch sending 100 text messages. It's the reality. Yes, it can book you a party. Yes, it can get you started. Yes, it can get you progress. I believe make the connection, pick up the phone and call, use your friend as a hostess more than just as a referral generator. And then once you have the relationship built, texting is fine because now they know who's texting them. So that's my tips. Best part, challenging part, boy in this world. That's all I got. As far as how do you recruit differently because you're recruiting a guy versus a girl, it's the same. It's the same. Talk to the guy about what he's interested in, find out who he is. And the same personality things that we share depending on the woman or the man. Just think of it as a person. It doesn't matter. For me, I was super excited when I heard that somebody had earned over $30,000 in 1 month of work. I was like, what do I have to do? That is all I needed to say, I want to try this. Other people might like the friendship. Other people might like the events. And other people might really enjoy the extra income or the travel or the cars or the diamonds or the whatever or all of the above. It depends on who we're talking about, right? Some people need every detail. Some people just need like one thing to hold on to. Who are you talking to? So who you're talking to determines how you approach it. Again, not the gender. And I understand the question because the norm in this business is women. So you guys get thrown off. You're like, a man, not a woman. So how do I do things differently? And blah, 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 blah. Just slow down and find out who this person is and connect to them. If they're talking to you about Mary Kay or you have an opportunity to talk to them about Mary Kay, find out what their interests are and find out what would be appealing to them that you should be sharing with that person. Don't worry about the gender. And the last question I'm going to ask is, at my parties, when it's men versus women, do I show the Mary Kay men's line? It's an option. I personally prefer the Miracle set over the Mary Kay men's line. So at my parties, if there's one guy and 4 women, everyone is trying the Miracle set. Now, if that gentleman would like to try the Mary Kay men's line separately, I'll let him do that. Or if there's 5 men in the room and you want to do a Mary Kay men's line party, you can do that too. But because I actually like the Miracle set more than the Mary Kay men's line, I don't stress it. And it makes my parties really easy. Honestly, unless the majority of the room is over the age that they would want repair set, I do the same thing with a repair mindset. I don't do 2 repair, 2 of a Miracle set and 2 of a Clear Proof set. It becomes very complicated for me. I show everybody the Miracle set. It's like a starting point. And then that person that maybe has more need for reversal products, I'll tell them like, listen, I know that you love the product. You're going to love this even more. Let me show you some images of results that have come from using the repair set and why I think this would be a good recommendation for you. And so I recommend and I consult because we are consultants and I consult them and show them this might be a better option for you. And at that individual consultation, they might choose the repair set or might choose to have a second party where they can try the repair set. That's the way I approach it. I try to make things very simple. Okay, so this is the video. I'm done. I'm posting it, and send in your questions when I post on the story in a few seconds, questions for this week so that next week I can answer more questions. Again, 2 videos always. One's going to be Mary Kay answered because I'm going to get Mary Kay questions. And the other one is going to be non-Mary Kay. So it could be about anything about your life, personal advice, questions, whatever. It could be nonsense. It could be questions about me. It could be questions that you want answered about you. I don't really care what it is. It's called Dear Daily Dose, like Dear Abby back in the day. People used to write in letters to Abby. We don't know who Abby is because it was anonymous. You know who I am, but it's the Daily Dose. So Dear Daily Dose, I will talk to you guys next week. Can't wait to hear the questions. Bye.